Welcome to Malifaux University. 504. Core Strategy, Reckoning. There are no markers involved in reckoning, so there is no preparation needed. You may want a notepad and a pen handy, though. There is no setup involved in reckoning either. Start the game as usual. The goal of reckoning is to kill as many enemy models as possible. It's basically a bloodbath. Unless you're confident you can table your opponent or kill all of your opponent's models, you may want to pace out the slaughter from turn to turn. You gain 1 victory point at the end of each turn after the first. If more enemy models were killed, then you have already scored victory points. In the second turn, you'll have 0 points from this strategy, so only 1 enemy model needs to be killed that turn. Once you have a victory point, 2 enemy models need to be killed in the next turn to score the second VP, and so on. This is where the notepad may come in handy. As bodies hit the floor and corpse markers start flying, you and your opponent may start to lose track of when a model was killed. Write it down, and it won't be a problem. Also, recognizing that not all models are created equal, the crew leader counts as 3 models when it is killed. Additional masters in the crew also count as 3 models, and henchman models who are not the crew leader count as 2 models when they are killed. You'll want to write that down as well. Take note that the strategy does not say the enemy models must be killed by friendly models, or even be killed by other models at all. Normally, if a model is killed by a condition such as burning or poison, no one gets credit for having killed the model. In Reckoning, however, as long as the enemy model is killed, it counts for your strategy. Even if a model winds up killing itself, such as with the Crow trigger on Père Ravage's Breath of Fire attack, it will count for the other crew's advantage. Let's see this in action. Charles Hoffman and a Spawn Mother-led Swamp Fiend crew are facing off. In turn 1, the guild manages to kill an Adz Enforcer model, and the Swamp Fiends kill nothing. It's turn 1, so no points are scored, and the death of the Adz is literally pointless. In turn 2, the Swamp Fiends kill a Riot Breaker minion, and the guild kill a Waldgeist minion. Both crews score 1 VP from Reckoning, since they both previously had 0 points. In turn 3, the Swamp Fiends kill another Riot Breaker and a Peacekeeper Enforcer. The guild focus their efforts on killing the first mate, a henchman. The Swamp Fiends killed 2 models and score the second VP. The guild killed only 1 model, but it was a henchman worth 2 models, so they score the second VP as well. To score the next point, both crews will have to kill at least 3 points worth of models, whether that's a combination of 3 enforcers and minions, a henchman and either an enforcer or a minion, or the enemy crew leader who is worth 3 points. For the final point, they'll have to kill 4 points worth of models or completely eliminate the enemy crew. At the end of any turn where there are no enemy models on the table, you automatically score the victory point, regardless of how many models you killed in that turn. Remember that summoned models cannot interact and don't count for friendly schemes or strategies for the turn they are summoned. Since this restriction applies only to friendly schemes and strategies, you could summon a model that your opponent kills right away, and that would count for her Reckoning points, so be careful. That's the core rules Reckoning strategy. Pick up a printable set of all the markers and tokens you need to play Malifaux in the Wargames Vault. If you haven't already, join our Patreon for early, ad-free access to all new content, and be sure to visit the Malifaux University gift shop for the latest in Malifaux-themed shirts, hoodies, drinkware, and more. Links are in the notes below. And remember, play friendly games, keep it simple, and have fun.